Welcome to Coach on exploreClarion.com. Coach to Coach is brought to you by 814classifieds.com, your local marketplace to buy, sell, and trade. My name is Ed Baumcratz, head coach of North Clarion Boys Basketball. With me today is Coach Greg Bean of the Redbank Valley Bulldogs. Greg, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about your year. You take over a program, 4 years ago? Not as successful as maybe today. What went into rebuilding that program?
It takes a special group of kids to kind of do that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. A lot of workouts that goes on behind the scenes that they really just put in, and we kind of reap the benefits this year of all that work that we put in the last few years.
And Redbank wasn't really a basketball school.
You could say that. It's predominantly a wrestling school,
Okay.
A wrestling culture. That a lot of the athletes go into wrestling, and the wrestling program's been successful for years and years and years. We went 1-21 2 years ago and turned it around and had a pretty decent year this year. So that's kind of the excitement around the program now.
Can you talk about your year? I kind of predicted you be one of the top teams in the KSAC and in the South. You were kind of maybe under the radar at first. Can you talk about that season?
I got a good group of juniors, or I had a good group of juniors, and we knew the nucleus coming back. We had some key returners last year. Towards the end of the year, we were playing some pretty good basketball, and kind of after the first couple games, we got all the jitters out and started playing some pretty good ball. We won the South, and that just competed on an overall level. That was kind of the nice part about it.
And how did they respond to their first playoff taste? And I don't know how many. When was the last time Redbank's been in the playoffs?
2007 was the last time they were in the playoffs, so it's been a few years. First ever KSAC championship game, first title D9 title game since '92.
Right.
So it saw the excitement, saw the big guys, saw the playing on the big court, the big tipping gym, and it was just kind of neat to see.
The KSAC game, it was full of red shirts. It was kind of nice to see the fans coming out and supporting you guys.
There was just a different excitement this year that was neat to see, because the game, you obviously know this, the game means a lot to us as coaches, and then finally you go down to this kind of setting where basketball isn't as exciting to everybody, and now this year we finally got it, and parents and just innocent bystanders almost coming into the gym.
What is it like coaching on that big floor at the CUP? It's so fun. To me, it's the excitement, it's the fans. The court's bigger, so what's your game plan going into it?
There's bigger crowds, it's a bigger court. We almost kind of joked around that it's so loud that after the first couple minutes you can't hear anything. Right. So you just kind of relax, and it's basketball. It's just basketball. But I've been going to that court forever, played on that court in high school, so it just kind of, it's neat to go back and
it's like a home away from home.
Exactly, have all that excitement again. And
did you guys work on any hand signals for plays?
We always have hand signals, so there was that. The extended court is also a big difference for a team that's not very deep. We can get tired a lot easier, but we game plan for that, we prep for that, and I thought outside of shooting the ball well, we did everything well.
Let's talk about the KSAC next year. I think the South is going to be tremendously strong. You feel that? I think, of course, you're going to have CL in the North, maybe VC up there. South, maybe you guys. Montauk's young. What do you think of the competition next year?
Yeah, it's one of those things that we're already looking at next year. That's just into March. But I like our chances. Venango up north is going to be tough. I think Karn City and Montauk, they're always that physical brand of basketball that you got to go down and earn whatever you get down there. Right. Union's scrappy, and they're always going to play defense. I think AC Valley will be better, and Keystone, Greg Heath, who knows what he'll throw out
he's
there.
Out there always competitive.
Exactly. So I'm excited already for next year, and it should be fun.
How long are you giving the guys off? You going to sit and let them sit for a month or so? I know we're going to watch games, and everybody's watching right now. You're going to give them a month. I know some are in baseball and track. What are your off-season plans?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because this week I've already got guys texting me saying, get us in the gym, get us in the gym. but I normally give them off till the middle of April.
Yeah.
And then we start with some lifting and some open gyms there, and we go pretty hard until July, and then I give them a month off, and then they're in football season.
I think it's good to have an end. That way you can put all the rumors and all the things that happen to bed. That way you can start fresh.
Exactly. And it's nice to have an end to this year and really focus on next year and what you got coming back.
I mean, what kind of goals are you guys going to set for next year?
We'll have to wait and see. I've always pushed to them to heighten their goals a little bit. They're settling. We've always been kind of settlers and just saying, oh, we can't do that. We're not that type of team. Next year, I think we're going to have that type of team that can contend on all kinds of levels. So
next year you got your juniors maturing into seniors. You have some younger guys stepping up. Heater is going to be a junior, so he's had a lot of play. You talk about his play. He wasn't a starter to start, right?
No.
And then he kind of, maybe somebody's injury jumped in and then stayed in that position.
Sam kind of, 4th or 5th game of the season, he kind of flipped a switch and just decided he wanted to play defense. I would say last year he would also be in agreement that he was one of my weaker defenders. So it's kind of weird to have your weaker defender last year come and be your best defender this year. So he got thrown into that role, always playing the other team's best guard, and hit some big shots for us. The Keystone game, that was a big shot in overtime that kind of just swayed the momentum our way in the playoffs, and so he's experienced that. Jake and Devin have now started. Jake, Devin, and Zach have all started for me the last 2 years. And Jake's, and obviously a 1,000-point scorer and can score the ball. So.
Talk about stability and you being there for multiple years instead of somebody coming in for a year or two and just like a revolving door of coaches.
Yeah, they know the offense. They know all my terminology. They know how we're going to run practice. They can. It's almost that they are now coaches on the floor themselves because they can tell the younger kids what to do and things like that. I joke around with them about how it just takes somebody to care about them, really.
Right.
That they really haven't had that person to put in effort and to put in time and to show them that, hey, this matters to me and you guys matter to me, and they seem to kind of enjoy.
We're not doing it for the money.
Exactly.
The paycheck is maybe covers gas here
exactly.
and there, but
exactly.
We love it.
But it's neat to just see my excitement for the game kind of transfer over to them and to have them excited about it as well.
I always look at it as, my team's a mirror image of what I want to be or what I am. So, I mean, if you're excited about the game, they're going to be excited about the game.
Exactly.
Well, that's it for today. I appreciate you joining us, Greg.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you next year maybe.
Yeah.
All right. This is Ed Baumcratz for exploreClarion.com, also brought to you by 814classifieds.com. My name is Ed Baumcratz, and we'll see you later.